Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I'm your host, Blackenfist, and today is February 26, 2016. Today is a special day. It is the 30th anniversary of the Dragon Ball anime. In celebration of this historic day when the Dragon Ball anime finally got kicked off and spurred on the popularity of Dragon Ball to astronomical new heights, I felt a video was in order recognizing the achievements of the anime. And while we all love and respect the manga, it is the anime that propelled Dragon Ball to new heights of popularity. So on this momentous occasion, these are 5 things the anime did better than the manga. Number 5. Making the World Tournament bigger. And I don't mean that in a physical sense. What I really mean is in a time sense. The way the passage of time was presented in the manga was as if the tournament took place within one day. After one match was completed, the next match would immediately start. It seemed the World Tournament was a one-day affair, while the anime made things a little bit more grand, it made things a little bit bigger, and in my opinion more epic, by extending the tournament to a multi-day event. The things going on at the tournament were so big it could not simply just take place within a day, and that left us with precious moments like the one we got at the first tournament where Giran asks for a cup of milk. It's scenes like this that give the tournament a lot more character and a lot more build-up for the upcoming fights. Not to mention, it also gives it an awesome Wild West feel about it. Number 4. The manner in which Goku obtains the Super Holy Water. Goku drinking the Super Holy Water might not be the strongest plot device that Toriyama ever used to increase the power of Goku in a very short amount of time. We first learn about a mythical water back in the Red Ribbon Army arc when Goku needed to climb the tower in order to defeat Mercenary Tao. But as it turned out, the water was bogus. It was the mere act of climbing the tower and trying to snatch the water from Korin, which was the true benefit to Goku's strength, not the water itself. But it seemed that by the time the Demon King Piccolo arc came around, Toriyama ran out of ideas to make Goku stronger, and he pulled out the Super Holy Water out again. But this time around, it was legitimate. It was real. But it also felt like a very cheap way to make Goku stronger. All he really needed to do was go to Korin and drink this amazing elixir. Sure, Korin said that it was life-threatening and that it could have possibly killed him, but come on, this is Goku. I at least like the way that this was portrayed more in the anime than in the manga, where at the very least Goku, with the accompaniment of Yajirobe, had to quest and adventure just a little bit in search of this water. Korin informs him that he has to go into this almost other dimension in order to retrieve the real sacred holy water. And although I did sigh and I felt that this was padding at first, what I really loved about all this was when Goku encountered the darkness, this mysterious being that could shapeshift and mess with Goku's mind. He was trying to make Goku doubt his own journey, and of course, Goku being Goku, he resisted. The reason I liked the way the events were portrayed in the anime was at the very least, it felt like Goku earned the water. Number 3. The beginning of the Red Ribbon Army arc. The Red Ribbon Army arc is not one of my favorite arcs at all, but if there's one section of the arc that I did enjoy vehemently was the beginning of it. Well, the anime version. The anime version builds up Colonel Silver and his henchmen a lot more intensely than the manga did. Not to mention, with the introduction of Emperor Pilaf, a third player in this, you could say, mini arc, it just makes everything spiced up a little bit more. We have Goku, the Red Ribbon Army, and Emperor Pilaf all going after the same thing, the Dragon Balls. The extra filler moments that we get with Pilaf and with Colonel Silver, I feel add to the grandness, and it also puts a little bit more of a mystique over the Red Ribbon Army that we really didn't get in the manga since the information was delivered a lot more readily. I also must say that I feel that Colonel Silver was kind of more of a badass in the anime, mainly because he had a lot more to do, not the least of which was the murder of a shopkeeper, which was brutal, an excellent way to show that the Red Ribbon Army means business. Number 2. Goku's training under Mr. Popo. Now, his training under Mr. Popo was done in the manga, but it was greatly expanded upon in the anime. Most of this training is filler, but even so, I feel this training is my favorite piece of training in the entire series, whether it's in Dragon Ball or in Dragon Ball Z. This training is probably some of the most unique, varied, and you get to meet some very interesting characters along the way. Not to mention that it's absolutely essential development for the character of Goku. One major theme that runs throughout this training is that it doesn't just focus on the physical, it focuses on the spiritual, it focuses on the mental, it focuses on things that are not even explored in Dragon Ball even after this training. This training is probably the deepest Dragon Ball has ever gone into mental and spiritual training ever in the entire series, which is why it stands out to me so much in my mind. Of course, we also have the awesome episodes where Goku travels back in time, and one of my own personal favorites when Goku meets the fisherman. This training solidifies why Goku deserves to be the strongest, and I never felt that way before I watched this training. And number 1. The entire First Saga of Dragon Ball. I'll say it flat out right now. The First Saga of Dragon Ball is definitively better in the anime than in the manga, and that's all thanks to the filler. I know some people might find it weird that I praise filler in this way, but I cannot emphasize this enough. Yes, I'm a Pilaf fan, and the filler greatly expands Pilaf and his henchmen, and because I'm a fan, I approve of course, but I feel that that adds a lot to the actual arc. In the manga, Pilaf was only introduced toward the end of the arc, not giving those characters an opportunity to expand and develop their personalities. We don't get as much time to know them. While in the anime, they are introduced right off the bat. We get to know instantly who they are, and we get to see them develop up to the climax, which is I think a huge benefit to this arc, to have the villain introduced in the beginning, not toward the end. Not to mention that some of the most ingenious and creative filler ever in the entire series was here in the first arc. The gag of Yamcha sneaking into the van to steal their Dragon Balls, only realizing that he was not squeezing on the Dragon Balls themselves but Bulma, was only exacerbated to be more funny with the involvement of Mai and Shu with their bomb. I can wholeheartedly and honestly say that every single piece of filler that was in the first arc of Dragon Ball served to develop the characters and flesh out the story more than from what it was in the manga. And there you go guys, those are 5 things that I think the anime did better than the manga. Of course guys, I think that when the 30th anniversary of Z comes around, I'll do this video in about 3 years, so I guess I'll start the countdown now. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel as I will bring you more videos like this one with my excellent Dragon Ball content. But until Dragon Ball calls again, I'm Blackenfist, and I'm out, man.